Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for coming to our Mental Health Academy kickoff event. My name is Wendy Lubin, and I'm the Dean who oversees the Criminal Justice and the Psychology Department. I'll let you guys come in, take a seat wherever you guys have anything open here. Today marks a significant milestone for Red Rocks Community College as we gather here in spirit of collaboration, innovation, and community engagement. I am absolutely thrilled to stand before you representing Red Rocks Community College as we kick off this remarkable event, marking the beginning of a profound partnership with the Chicago School and Mile High Behavioral Health. I'm excited as we embark on the journey of partnership and opportunity. It's my honor to extend a heartfelt welcome to our distinguished guests from the Chicago School and our valued community partner, Mile High Behavioral Health. Your presence here today symbolizes the power of collaboration and the shared commitment to the success and prosperity of our students. At Red Rocks Community College, we firmly believe in the transformative power of education. Today's partnership significance is for our collective dedication to expanding horizons and creating pathways to success for our students. With this collaboration, we're opening doors to new possibilities by joining forces with the Chicago School and the Mile High Behavioral Health. We're enriching the educational landscapes and creating additional avenues for our students to explore careers in fields that are in high demand. The Mental Health Academy at Red Rocks Community College offers a streamlined pathway to career in providing mental health services as licensed professionals in Colorado. The Mental Health Academy provides students with invaluable resources, including access to academic and peer mentors, career and professional development workshops, and engaging community involvement. The Mental Health Academy students benefit from special tuition rates for their bachelor's and master's degree at the Chicago School, available both online and on ground. Allow me to take a moment to highlight the essence of Red Rocks Community College. We have a campus located in Lakewood and Arvada campus. We also have a robust online presence. We are committed to accessibility and inclusivity. Our doors are open to students from all walks of life, regardless of their background and circumstances. With the initiatives like the Mental Health Academy we're launching today, we are excited to extend reach beyond our immediate community and also welcoming students across and beyond Colorado. Once again, I want to extend my sincere gratitude to our esteemed partners, the Chicago School of Psychology, the Chicago School, and also the Mental Health Academy. And I'll have the Dean from the Chicago School come and say a little bit of words. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Dr. Jonathan Dodger. I'm the Dean of the Undergraduate College at the Chicago School. I won't take much time because you're going to hear from people who know a lot more about our programs than I do, but I do want to say thank you to the students who are here, the faculty, Dean Lubin, everybody at Community College, the Red Rocks Community College. It's been very encouraging the past year working with Professor Zaleski and this partnership. We have a few partners across the country, and I think with the joint effort of Mile High Behavioral Health Care, this community college and our college, I think we are really embarking on something important, something that we can expand and something that will really make an impact in our community. So I do want to just share a few of our core values at the Chicago School and how it kind of ties all of this together. First is education and innovation. So our BA program is really only about 10 years old. We are a university primarily of graduate students. We have about 6,000 students, 300 of which are undergraduates, so about 95% of our students are graduate. And the reason why we created our undergraduate programs, we saw this pretty huge gap between people who wanted to be licensed, get into graduate programs, and those who had finished college. So really our mission in the undergraduate college is to work with students who have credit, who have a desire to do something, and help them get there. And a big part of that is reducing cost and reducing time. So as Professor Zaleski will explain further, our pathway to our master's program really does cut down on cost and time and helps people get into the field a lot more quickly than in other places. Secondly, community. As I think Meg, our admissions counselor, will talk about, we have campuses all over the country and a lot of online presence. So There are folks that I have worked with for 7 years at the Chicago School. I've never met them in person. So we're really intentional about community within our university itself, and we're very intentional about community with our partners. So we are very happy to be welcomed into the community at Red Rocks Community College. We're happy to welcome you into our community as well. And the last thing that really is the cornerstone of what we do as a university is impact. So at the Chicago School, we have a saying, there is no health without mental health. So we obviously take mental health very, very seriously. And to get there, we know that we have to continually train folks. We have to broaden the workforce in mental health because there is truly a shortage in the world and in this country specifically of those impacting, I'm just thinking about our campus in Los Angeles. And if anybody's been to downtown Los Angeles recently, you see just the massive homelessness and mental health issues. And it really is part of our mission to address that. So with all the students here, whether you're interested in criminology or psychology, the pathway to get to a place where we're helping those in need is really what we're about. So this partnership will help us get there. Thank you again for having us, and Mile High Behavioral Health is up next, I believe.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jessica Courtney. I am the Chief Clinical Officer at Mile High Behavioral Healthcare. I am very excited for this partnership. Colorado is ranked 45th out of 50 when it comes to mental health services and access to them. We see that about 17% of the state of Colorado has mental health needs and is struggling to have access to that. So we are really looking forward to helping professionals grow and get excited about this field. Yeah, so we're really looking forward to get people interested in this so that we can really serve the population that we are that don't get their needs met. We have 55 clinicians in Mile High Behavioral Healthcare. We'll see a little bit later in the presentation all of the populations that we work with. We have over 3,000 touch points a year, and we have people waiting. So this is really important for the state of Colorado, and we're really excited to share this and be part of this community.
Give me a second. I want to play with the ability to see, because folks at home are saying they can't see our videos. So I want to pin that. Yeah. There we go. Maybe that will work. I'm pinning this one here. Okay. So my name is Christopher Zaleski, and I'm an assistant professor in charge of the criminology program for online at the Chicago School. And I want to tell you a little bit about what is this Mental Health Academy. We talked about all these great partners, but what does that mean? What does being part of a Mental Health Academy really mean? So Mental Health Academy at Red Rocks Community College, it's a one-of-a-kind partnership that aims to bridge the gap between the mental health needs in the community and that next generation of mental health providers in Colorado. It's a streamlined route for individuals to pursue careers as licensed counselors through accessible and affordable education. So there's two key words here: accelerated and cost savings. So this is for you to become that licensed professional counselor here in Colorado. But along the way, there's a lot of steps to get there. There's an associate's degree, there's a bachelor's degree, there's a master's degree, and then taking exams to become that counselor. So we're going to help make that pathway available to you a lot quicker and to be able to save some money and you know how to get along that path. So working with Red Rocks Community College, starting here, coming to the Chicago School as an online student, and then along the way working with Mile High Behavioral Healthcare as our community partner to really get to know about what it's like to be a mental health counselor. What is it like to work with clients, other professional counselors? I was on campus a few months ago and met with a student who said, I really want to get into the mental health field. And I reached out to a couple different mental health agencies in the community and said, can I come over and shadow a clinician? Can I see what goes on day to day to see if I like it? And they all told her no. This isn't open for the public. You can't just come here. Well, this is what this program does. it opens the doors to Mile High Beaver Healthcare so you can go to different events. You can get some experience to add to your resume. Yes, we're helping you get to grad school at the Chicago School, but you still have to put out your application and have an interview. If you've said that I've been to different events, I've met clients, I've met clinicians, I know what it's like to work with these different types of communities, that puts you at a better advantage than folks who've never met any client or met any clinician. So these are all opportunities for you to grow, to experience things, to put on your resume, to put it on your applications, hopefully find that internship and that job that you exactly want. So we have two routes. You can come to Red Rocks and study criminal justice and do what we're calling the criminology to forensic psychology pathway. And we'll learn a little bit about what forensic psychology is in a few moments. Or you can study psychology, get your bachelor's degree in psychology, and go to that clinical mental health counseling route. So if you're more interested in the forensic side of things, studying criminology to forensic psychology. If you're interested more in that clinical side of counseling, studying psychology to clinical mental health counseling. So you'd start with your associate's degree, picking either that criminal justice or psychology, getting your bachelor's degree, then getting your master's degree, and all of that will then lead to those next steps, if that's what your goal is, to become a licensed professional counselor here in Colorado. So what does this route actually look like? Try to plan it out a little bit easier to see, starting at Red Rocks. You're coming to classes here, so years 1 and 2, you're working on your associate's degree. You're getting your general education courses complete. You're studying psychology or you're studying criminal justice. Next stop is coming to the Chicago School, coming to our online campus. So you can join in from anywhere. Our classes are asynchronous, so whatever time works for you. So if you're working in the field, you've got family, you've got other obligations, you can come to class at 2 o'clock in the morning. You can get work done on the weekends. It makes it a lot more flexible as you continue your journey in your education. So that's year 3 you start at the Chicago School. And what's great is we have a plan in effect already, an articulation agreement that says all of your credits from your associate's degree is going to transfer over to the Chicago School. So you don't have to find a college that's going to accept those credits. Some colleges will say, oh, we'll accept 50 of them, or we'll just give you some electives here. We're not going to take those courses. You might have to take these over again. We've articulated that all 60 credits of your associate degree come over to us. You need 120 credits to graduate with a bachelor's, so you have half of it done here at your associates at Red Rocks. So you only have to finish the second half at the Chicago School. So you're working on your criminology and psychology courses, but year 4 at the Chicago School, you actually get to start taking master's level courses. You're paying undergraduate prices and taking master's graduate level courses that are in clinical mental health counseling or in forensic psychology. So 18 to 21 credits of your master's degree is going to be completed as a bachelor's student. So again, cost savings, you're not paying graduate level prices, and accelerated route, you're getting some of your master's degree taken care of while you're an undergrad student. And then you move on to actually working on the master's with those 18 to 21 credits. So years 5 through 7, you are doing your grad courses, you're doing your practicums, you're doing internships, and you get your MA degree, either in forensic psych or clinical mental health counseling. And again, we've got cost savings. So as an undergrad student, we're giving all the students that come from Red Rocks an 80% special tuition rate, so you're saving money that way. And then when you graduate with your bachelor's degree and you start your master's degree with us, you're now getting an alumni tuition rate. That's a 75% tuition. So a lot of cost savings, not only taking courses early, but saving money along the way. And what you have during all of this is Mile High Beaver Healthcare to have shadowing experiences, mentorship, events, just to kind of learn a little bit more all along the way. And lastly, that's going to lead for you to try to get into that LPC, the Licensed Professional Counselor. So again, how does this work? Attain your AA or AS here at Red Rocks. We want you to attend a Mental Health Academy orientation. Well, guess what? You're here already. This is one of them. Participate in those community events. If you have a 2.3 GPA after your first semester here, or whenever you decide you want to be part of this Mental Health Academy, you have that 2.3 GPA or more, we can early admit you to our university. So you know where you're going to go to college. You don't have to worry, okay, what's going to happen a year and a half from now when I graduate? Where am I going to go? We're going to admit you to the Chicago School knowing that this is where you're going to go, guaranteed acceptance if you've got that 2.3 GPA. You start attending our school, the Chicago School, to get your bachelor's. If you maintain that 3.0 GPA, you have early acceptance into that master's program. So you can take those classes, those 18 to 21 credits earlier. You're going to the psychology or criminology courses all online. And then you're finishing up with your master's degree. You take those graduate level courses, again, paying undergrad prices as part of your undergrad, but then you get that 25% tuition rate. You're going to participate in residencies, clinical training, internships. You take your exams and graduate and apply for licensure. So hopefully that explains what this Mental Health Academy is and why it's important to bring to Colorado and to Red Rocks. It's going to help students, again, have an accelerated pathway to becoming a licensed professional counselor here in Colorado. Well, with that being said, I want to turn this over to Meg. She's our Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions to explain what is the Chicago School that we're talking about.
Thank you. Hi, y'all. Okay, I've been told I only have 10 minutes, so I brought notes, because usually this conversation takes me 45, and I'm going to try and also give you lots of eye contact. Okay? Okay, this is me. My hair looks better in that one. So I'm Assistant Director of Admissions. I should talk in front of the mic, shouldn't I? Sorry. So Assistant Director of Admissions with the undergraduate team. I'm also a student in our clinical mental health counseling program, so that makes me a great candidate to be here and talk to y'all. So I actually decided to go to the Chicago School before I decided to work for the Chicago School because of their reputation in psychology, because of quite a few things that some folks have already talked about. But I had some folks that I respected that went there already. And you know how, like, when you know people, it's easier to do a thing. So now y'all know me, so it's easier for you to go to the Chicago School. But I'll be able to talk. I'm going to kind of give an overview of what we offer and why I chose the Chicago School. And then I'll be over at the blue table as it matches my shirt. I've been told I already look like a Best Buy employee. But no, it's for the Chicago School. So this is one of my favorite parts about the school. We started in 1979 with a small group of psychologists. So this wasn't like big man moneymakers who wanted to start a school. It was a small group of psychologists, and they were like, we should have more mental health professionals out in the world. And other people agreed, so they started the school. So it only took until 1984 to establish regional accreditation, and at that time we were regionally accredited by what's now the Higher Learning Commission, which I hear Red Rocks is accredited by. So then we grew a ton. So we had schools all over. So instead of just in the Chicago School, or just in Chicago, we grew to LA, Los Angeles, we have San Diego, Anaheim, a spot in New Orleans, Dallas, Washington, D.C. So we were just growing, and then in 2006, we established an online school. So no, we didn't just start during the pandemic when a lot of folks started. We've been doing this for a long time, so I hope that that gives you some encouragement about going to school online, because they do it well. And then I put 2024. And then one more thing. From in 2011, so 2006 was online school. We've been growing. In 2011 is when we established our regional accreditation with the Western Association of Schools and Colleges, because our headquarters moved from Chicago to LA. I'm not the business person, so I know that we're called the Chicago School, and our headquarters are in LA. I see the irony, okay? But so our regional accreditation, Western Association of Schools and Colleges. And then, more importantly, 2024 is when we're launching the Mental Health Academy. What a good date. Can we clap? I'm in the mood to clap. So y'all can be a part of our school, 2024. Now we have this partnership. That was our journey. This is your journey. Can you see yourself in the mirror? No? Oh, it doesn't work. Okay. It must be this technology, probably. So I'm not even paying attention to my notes, but y'all are doing a great job listening. Professor Zaleski already kind of went over your journey and the benefits of coming from Red Rocks to the Chicago School. You'll have early admission with that 2.3 GPA. All of your credits transfer, which is not common from going to an associate's to a bachelor's degree. So that's something that I love to stress, that your time here is not like one class isn't going to be wasted, you know? It's all going in because we really love Red Rocks, and so we love what they do here. Then you'll have that early entry route possible if you keep that 3.0 GPA with us. As soon as you're with us, you keep that 3.0 GPA, you'll have that early entry opportunity to go into the clinical mental health counseling program or the forensic psychology program. And if any of you are interested, we can talk further about details of like your personal journey, if you're looking at starting in criminology and shifting over to clinical mental health counseling or whatever it is that you're interested in. I love to go into details, so join me at the table. And then again, your local practicum and internship is going to be where you live and where you'd like to practice. So if you're looking at practicing in Denver, you'll obviously have Mile High behavioral health to work with. So that's really nice. You'll be in an online program, but your local practicum and internship is going to kind of anchor you here. And then a special tuition rate that Professor Zaleski already mentioned. We have a current cost per credit hour. Red Rocks students get a 20% reduction from that. So it's baller rate. You want to clap again? Are you in the mood to clap again? Okay. All right. So, I am a person who mainly lives in the city, and I know that y'all are mountain folk, so I tried to put a picture of you doing homework in the mountains. And because we have 3 programs in undergrad, one is Bachelor's in Psychology. It's offered both online and hybrid. If you're in the mood to go to the city and move to Chicago, please feel free. We have a hybrid program based out of there. And then we have the Bachelor's in Criminology and the Bachelor's of Science in Business Psychology. So these are all options. I'd love to talk about any of them with you. And yes, online. One thing I want to say about online is that I love to be around people, and community is what draws me to the world. And I personally am doing the online Master's in Clinical Mental Health Counseling program. I was afraid to do that because I was afraid I was just going to be me in front of a computer and bored. And I think people are more fun to be around. And if you're going into psychology, usually it's because you like to interact with people. So you could have some hesitation about being online. I'm here to say that I'm amazingly surprised. My life dictated that I needed an online program. I'm a stepmama and I work full time at this place, and I'm also going to school. So I needed the flexibility that online provided. But this school does it really well. Like I said, they've been doing it since 2006. So the interactivity is really wonderful. Especially, so now that I'm in the master's program, you have at least 1 or 2 classes that are live. You have to be there on Zoom. And then we have in-person residencies that you attend. It's like a long weekend. You have 2 of them during your program. And then you have your local practicum and internship that you'll be moving through. But the thing I love most is I have found a community in my master's program. I have friends that are all over the country. You'll find friends that are within your city and within your state. We have 20,000 alumni. So it's 20,000 plus, excuse me, not just exactly 20,000. So I'm here to also say that I do really love the way that the school has done interactivity. I'm proud of it. So. Why the Chicago School? First of all, the people. I've already mentioned this. So one of the reasons why I was drawn to the Chicago School is because of their emphasis on diversity. I am a white girl, so I would love to learn from people that do not always look like me. This is the most diverse staff I've ever worked with, so they do put their money where their mouth is. 54% of our student population identify as an underrepresented minority. So it's a wide range of folks that you're learning from and learning alongside. So it's super beautiful in that way. I think the equally as important to me is the faculty. So your professors 9 out of 10 are going to be working in the field. So they're going to be counselors and psychologists that are currently working. So it's not like they're like, back in my day when I was a counselor, they're going to actually be like, on Tuesday, I had this whack client and here's what happened. And they probably won't say whack, but you'll be able to hear like on point stuff about what's going on in the clinical mental health counseling or in the counseling world in general. And that was really awesome during the pandemic, how COVID was going. The professors were kind of sharing how they navigated like switching clients to online, how that looked with telehealth. And telehealth is now kind of blowing up. So they kind of encouraged us with all of that and pushed learning telehealth because that's going to be in our world too. I've skipped all my note cards. A study abroad is possible with us, which I think is kind of cool. That's another why the Chicago School. We have our next trip coming up is in South Africa, so that could be cool. Y'all could go to South Africa with us. Come. Okay, I think that's all for this slide. Dr. Dodrell already spoke about our 4 core elements, so I'll let him shine there. But 2 things that I'll say. I've already spoken about community impact with service. We practice a lot of volunteerism in the local communities that we have campuses in, and then we have some online volunteer opportunities, so if you're a student with us, you'll have options for service. Innovation, right after the whole ChatGPT thing blew up, our school we have a monthly online Zoom, kind of talking through the impact of that, how that might be helpful with your clients, how that is weird because maybe your students are going to start writing their papers and not writing their papers. So figuring out how it affects higher education. So that's been cool. And then education, it's just a beautiful tool that gets us all to be more mental health professionals. One tiny thing I was going to say, it's not tiny, but our school kind of focuses heavily, or we have a high population of first-generation students, and that means that either your parents or guardians didn't graduate with a bachelor's from the U.S. So if you are a first-generation student, first of all, keep that in mind. There are a lot of benefits to that, depending on the school. With our school, we have 59% of our students are first-generation. So we have a lot of supports in place, special things that we have for first-generation students. Our president is a first-generation student. But we have an undergraduate first-generation club. They have a blog. Maybe you could write if you are a first-generation student. We have a first-generation mentoring program, so they hook you up with somebody who will kind of work alongside you. How nice would it be if you were going through school and you had somebody that you could call on and be like, I don't know how to do my homework, and they help you. Connection to national first-generation resources. We have a community that spans the nation for first generation, and then we have this program called McNair Scholars. They have a research project, a paid research project for $3,000 if you join. They have conferences and they have support to pay, help get you there, help present or attend. And then there's one other thing, exclusive workshops. Oh, they help you with assistance in finding your grad school, applying for grad school, and finding funding for grad school. So if you're a first generation student, keep that in mind. And now we have a video. So I get to stop talking. It was 20 minutes long, and Professor Zaleski cut it to 3 minutes, 22 seconds. I think you're going to be very excited. Did I do it? Okay.
I found a home at the Chicago School many, many years ago. And it was always more than a school that prepared you for your career. It really is an evolving way of living your professional life and your personal life and engaging in what's right.
I wanted to go to a school that offered an opportunity to work in the field and just not work from a theoretical stance only. And it's really changed my entire world.
The teaching that you get here, you learn through research, but you learn how to apply that. And I think that's invaluable.
We are not just creating like future psychologists, but future consultants, future advocates, future activists. Everybody is here for more than just the job.
We really like to address students where they're at. So we try to continue to develop ourselves to be able to effectively meet the needs of our diverse students here. We have different paths for all the variety of specialization with the right faculty leading it. So you're getting people that work directly with the clients that you want to work with one day. You're getting people that really work in the field, research in the field. You'll really understand how to apply the items you learn here and apply that to practice. We're a catalyst to let people of all types of backgrounds be put in places in the communities that they serve. Our diversity here is astounding. These are the students that are going to then go back to their communities to help. We look at it as the students that are training to, be helpers of the world. How can we help them develop professionally?
Whether 100% online or taking an online course for a program at one of our metropolitan locations, students at the Chicago School become part of a global community dedicated to making positive change in the world. With more than 20,000 alumni worldwide and 200 international students from 31 countries, the Chicago School online programs gives students an opportunity to connect with a vast network of professionals and future co-workers.
As Dr. King once wrote, intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Throughout your time here at the Chicago School, you have lived out the best of Dr. King's values. Equipped with the sense of direction and purpose, I know that you will find a way to make a lasting impact.
It's a huge accomplishment. Anyone that wants to make a difference in the world, the Chicago School will allow you the skills, the aptitude, and the kind of academic rigor you need to be able to make the best impact in the world.
Cool. All right, so now we have my favorite program. They're going to come say some words, clinical mental health counseling. Come on up, y'all.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Christy Eldridge.
And I'm Dr. D.A. Erickson, and I live here in Colorado. Cool.
So do I. We're so excited that we actually get to be here with you in person. I would reiterate everything that Meg said. Even though we are part of our online program, we really love fostering community and connection, and that is a priority in our program. And it's so exciting to see Meg here, because Meg was actually in one of my residency courses, and then we went on and did some conference presentation together. So all of that's really fun to build those relationships, and hopefully we'll build them with you in the future as well. So I'm going to talk just a little bit in a little more detail than what we've covered before. Our Master's in Clinical Mental Health Counseling program is a 60-credit, 3-year program. I have a lot of students that ask me, if I double up, take more classes, can I get it done sooner? No, there's no way to do it in less than 3 years. 3 years actually includes 5 different terms where you have to take 2 classes at once. We plan that out. You have a faculty advisor that helps you schedule that so that we do it in a way that is most manageable for you. In the first year of your program, you start with a lot of the core foundational classes like ethics, counseling theories, lifespan development, and you end that first year with the in-person residency, which goes along with the helping skills class, which is basically where you get to learn and practice your counseling skills with one another in person. You're doing real counseling sessions, you're being supervised by one of the faculty. It's really intensive and also, I would say life-changing experiences. Year 2, you get into some more of the advanced coursework, so we're talking clinical assessment, research methods, diagnosis. You also start doing your electives. So you get to choose 3 course electives. And for Colorado, you actually do get to choose any 3 that you like. Some other states have different requirements, so they have to take certain electives. You all get to have 3 of your choosing. And you cap that year off with residency 2, which is your group counseling and advanced counseling residency. And then year 3, you move into what we call the fieldwork year. So this includes practicum and internship. It takes an entire year to go through both of those pieces, and you would be working somewhere on site, working with real clients under real supervision, also attending classes where you receive supervision through the school as well. For practicum specifically, that's 2 terms, and you obtain 100 hours of direct client contact. And internship covers 4 terms where you collect 600 contact hours.
All right, so then, once you've finished your fieldwork experience, then you graduate. Yay. Yes. So then after that, how do you get licensed? So here in Colorado, you will contact DORA, that's our regulatory agency. You will take a jurisprudence exam, not that difficult, it sounds worse than what it is. You'll have to take the NCE, and our program will prepare you for that. So that's the good news. You'll give them your transcripts and a certification that says you graduated from a K-CREP accredited program. This is big. Why is it big? Because the K-CREP accreditation basically guarantees that the university has given you content in all of the licensure requirement areas. If you don't get to check that little K-CREP box, guess what? Then you have to go back and get all of your syllabi from all of your classes. So you don't have to do that if you graduate from the Chicago School. Good news, yes. Oh, and I forgot, money. You have to give them money, of course. All right, so when you get your provisional license, then you'll be working. If you were lucky enough to get hired by the agency or place that you were during your internship or practicum experience, yay, that's good news. If not, you can see maybe you could get a job here in the counseling department, or you can work for the Department of Corrections. There are hospitals, community agencies, school-based mental health counseling, Mile High Behavioral Health, and private practice. We say private practice only because when you're first starting out, you might want to work under somebody else or with somebody else so you can learn all of the nuances for the profession. Then, once you've accrued 2,000 hours under supervision, and you're employed during this, you go back to the state with your logs and more money and say, I'm ready to become a counselor. And so you'll get your LPC license. One more thing, we have what's called the Counseling Compact here in Colorado. We're a part of that initiative. It's a national initiative. And basically it says that you can provide counseling services to people who live in another state via telemental health counseling. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So for example, right now, I have a client that's going to be going to college, and they want to retain my services. The college is out of state, and I can provide them counseling as long as I adhere to the rules of counseling for the state where they live. There are a few more things, but it's beautiful. So when Dr. Eldridge was saying earlier that you have to take 3 electives, one of the electives that's really common that our students like is the telemental health certification. So that's the beauty of that.
I think those are all.
That was it.
That was quick.
How many of you ski? All right, guess what? You can still do that here on our program.
Take your laptop.
All right, thank you.
So I'm going to stop sharing for one quick second, and we're going to turn it over to hear about the forensic psychology program. So I want to unpin myself here if I can. And Anna, you're up. If you want to share your screen, you're welcome to, or you are on the big screen.
I am. Okay, great.
Second. Actually, yeah, you are.
Hi there. My name is Dr. Anna Belmonte. I am the division chair here at the Chicago School for Forensic Psychology. I am in Chicago right now, and so thank you for having me virtually to see you all. Our forensic psychology program here at the Chicago School is similar in some of the aspects that were already talked about to the clinical mental health counseling in terms of the licensure pathway. A little different because our program is not CACREP accredited given our forensic psychology focus, but I won't go through all that process again, as the CMHT faculty did a wonderful job covering that. But the things I'd like to highlight about our forensic psychology program online is that our coursework meets the content areas that CACREP would put forth as the top areas for programs to cover. And all of our courses have forensic psychology topics infused throughout those courses. And so some of the courses that were discussed previously, such as helping relationships or those counseling techniques classes, we're giving you that information about counseling, but we're also giving you some added information about how to use those tools and techniques in forensic psychology capacities. So doing therapy in a correctional setting, working with clients who are mandated to work with you and who are not exactly thrilled potentially to be working with you. And so our students leave our program equipped to, again, get to the point of an LPC license in the state of Colorado, and also have that forensic psychology knowledge as well. Our program online has a great community with the faculty there. Our department chair actually is located in Colorado. Unfortunately, she is out of the country at the moment, so I'm here in the capacity in her place. But our program online has a wonderful community. We just had several of our students work with one of the faculty members on a few different research projects, and they presented at a national conference recently. And our students get great experience with our practitioner faculty who are working in the field as forensic psychologists or counselors, working as testifying experts in court. One of the other highlights of our program is information about, like I said, forensic psychology, and we have one of our faculty members who completes research on serial killers, and it loves to bring students into those research capacities as well. And so, yeah, that's what I wanted to share about our forensic psychology program. Thank you all so much for having me.
Thanks so much. A lot of my criminology students, they go into forensic psychology and they love the courses. There's a course on psychopathology, there's a course on serial killers, there's a course on psychology of terrorism, and I think is one of the other ones, aggression and violence, right?
Yep, those are elective options. Mm-hmm.
Some really interesting options in the forensic psych world. So we're going to invite up Mile High Behavioral Healthcare again to really talk about what they offer, why they're part of this partnership, and if you're interested in going into this field, how they almost cover every single thing in the behavioral health world you can imagine.
Anything you want to do. So we are a nonprofit that's been around since 1960. We serve a variety of communities. We have a total of 13 locations, and we do behavioral health, working with mental health issues as well as substance misuse. We also have some integrated care, which means we work in the medical field as well. We have a physician's assistant who prescribes medications to our clients, so they have quick access to care instead of having to wait months to see a prescriber. And we have an RN that helps them out. And we also, our Comitis Crisis Shelter is part of our network. And so we work with people who are experiencing homelessness. And we have so we have a singles emergency shelter, a family emergency shelter, as well as some kind of longer term supportive housing. So really, we have an entire continuum of care. Our highest level of care is Aspen Center, which is a 3.5 substance misuse treatment facility. It specializes in pregnant and postpartum women. So I get to hold babies a lot. That's a great part of my job. They're real cute. And our folks stay with us for about 60 days. And that is like our highest level of care. They live with us in that moment. Very fun. And then all the way down to the crisis shelter. In between, we have, we have our outpatient programs located at these different areas. So we're right near downtown Denver. That's like kind of our main hub. We're out in Aurora. We're in Sheridan, right off of like 285 and Federal. We have a location up in Summit County, if anyone wants to move up there, and then in Westminster. These are all the programs that we have. Colfax Community Network is a free after-school and summer program for kiddos who are in the crisis shelter or who live in the hotel motel corridor up and down Colfax. We also have a food pantry out of there, and we do some case management. We are opening an adolescent behavioral health clinic that actually opens on Monday. Very exciting. We have a court to community program. We are involved in every sort of problem-solving court in the metro area. So for people who are in the criminal justice system and needing some treatment, we're there to help and be liaisons. Miracles is our women's enhanced outpatient. So it's a step down for our folks who are at our Aspen program. We have the Knowledge is Freedom program. We do a lot of prevention work. So we work with folks who are needing to get tested for HIV and STIs, which is also with Be the Vibe. We do a lot of prevention work. Denver Element is for our LGBTQ plus folks. And the Transgender Center of the Rockies is for our trans and non-binary population. So we really try to serve the entire community, and we can really meet them wherever they're at. We also are a little bit unique in the fact that we're not just your traditional mental health service. We really try to be a safe community for our folks to come and hang. So we do a lot of events that our clients sometimes participate in. Sometimes it's more of like fundraisers. Anna's our director of development, and she's in charge of all of these. And so we'll do fundraisers to help support our clients. We have the Miracles Fashion Show. We do a large thing for Overdose Awareness Month. We do a lot of activities to help our clients connect to sober events. We also host a graduation every year. Our clients sometimes haven't been able to experience any sort of graduation or celebration of any sort of hard work that they have completed, and so we really want to honor that and show. So we do a big graduation party where they get to walk, and we take graduation pictures and do all that. We also have smaller events throughout the course of the year. We do TDOV, which is the Trans Day of Visibility, or TDOR, which is the Trans Day of Remembrance. We are at Pride. We have a big float. We did Barbie last year, Barbie themed, so we were pink and sparkly. We also host a Halloween party for our families, where all of our sites decorate for Halloween, and each hallway takes its theme, and kiddos get to walk through and trick or treat with their families in a safe environment. We do trunk or treat. We have a DJ. We do some fun things. So it's not just therapy that happens in our buildings. It's a lot of community building and safe networking so that our peeps can have a safe place to land. So it's a pretty fun place to learn. We have a wide variety of opportunities, and we'd love to see you all come hang out and show up and be part of our organization.
Thanks so much, Jessica. It's such a great opportunity for students to be able to learn from such an organization that has such impact in the community. You would be invited to these events to partake in them, to see what it's like for clients, families, and them to be on site, and just to be part of such a great atmosphere. You might be wondering, how did all these partners come together? I'm kind of this common theme here. I used to be a faculty member here at Red Rocks, and then I moved over to the Chicago School. And I'm actually on the board of directors for Mile High Behavioral Healthcare. So kind of bringing all these folks together to offer such that unique one kind of experience here in Colorado for students. So yeah, I'm glad all of us can kind of come together for this. So I just want to kind of finish off my part about some benefits of being part of this. We've mentioned them throughout. I just want to quickly touch on a few things, and then I'll turn it over to some of the faculty here to finish up like what's the next steps. So we talked about the savings on your tuition. Guaranteed tuition of those 60 credits coming over. If you have that 2.3 GPA, we will early admit you to our school. You'll still finish your associate's degree here, but you know early on where are you coming for your four-year degree? Where are you potentially going for your master's degree? And you'll have support from the Chicago School at that point in time. Meg, who's part of admissions, is part of our team here, and she would help guide you on what you need to do for your next steps. What's it like to come to the Chicago School? What you should prep for online education. That 80% special tuition rate coming to undergrad, then getting the 75% tuition rate for grad school. Early entry into master's, so you're starting your master's degree early. You keep up with that 3.0 GPA and get into the early admissions process. There's an articulation agreement that you work through for the CMHC program, the criminology program. It's kind of embedded in there, but you have early admission if you're keeping up with your grades. We talked about being online, the flexibility of being an online school and meeting people from around the nation. But also you'll have your close-knit community here with a bunch of your fellow Red Rock students being part of this program. Our online classes, you take 2 classes at a time. You're probably used to taking 4 or 5 or maybe 6 classes in a semester. For online, you're taking 2 classes at a time over a term, and they're 8 weeks long. So you have 6 terms throughout the year, just only focusing on 2 classes at a time. They go a little bit quicker than what you were used to probably here, but you're only having to focus on 2 at a time when you're in that online setting. So a lot of students really enjoy how we've kind of changed it up a little bit than from being on a ground campus. And then having those opportunities with Mile High Behavioral Health Care, being able to shadow those clinicians, going to those events, finding opportunities to find internships and just added things to your resume and experiences. And then the last thing, which we didn't talk about yet, is the ability to have opportunities for scholarships or even loan forgiveness. So Mile High Behavioral Health Care is working on trying to get us some scholarships for students, so saving money that way as well, and we'll be announcing those for students who are part of the Mental Health Academy to apply for a scholarship. And then, before I get into the loan forgiveness, we have a lot of events, not only at Mile High Behavioral Health Care and local, a lot of events online. I have a town hall that I host once a term, and this upcoming term, we're having a serial killer conversation. We're bringing in a guest speaker whose experience is all with serial killers. So you would be invited to those types of things to hear about experts in the field about serial killers. We talked about the First Gen Club. There's another event coming up about careers in mental health. We'll learn about marriage, family and therapy, and clinical psychology. We have stuff on transgender folks. But here's a big piece, if you didn't know this in Colorado. The Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, they offer a repayment on student loans, and Mile High Behavioral Health Care has been very successful in having a lot of their employees apply and actually get those loan repayments. So that QR code, which we'll share a couple times during this, if you want to see the website, you can go to them. But to be eligible, it's about helping people where there's a shortage. There's a shortage of mental health providers in Colorado, probably around the nation as well, but this is a Colorado thing. So if you work in that mental health field, full-time working, $90,000 towards repayment of your student loans. If you're working 3/4 time, $67,000. Part-time, $45,000. You have to work a term of 3 years in an approved site, work part-time or 3/4 time, and meet the hourly requirements. It's my understanding, I don't know, Jessica, if you can let me know if this is true from your CEO, saying that after you work, I think it's like 6 months there, you're able to apply for it?
Yeah, every quarter, and we do applications every quarter for it.
So applications to the state every quarter, you can apply, and you're getting that reimbursement right then and there, and you just have to agree to continue to work for another 2.5 years in one of the sites that is approved by the state. So you're not having to wait to the end of the 3 years of your commitment to get the loan repayment. So we're giving you all these discounts along the way, and then you have the potential here in Colorado to get this, have this opportunity. So here are all the sites in Colorado. So Mile High Behavioral Health Care is one of those on this map, but there are plenty other sites. So that kind of goes over all those benefits. Hopefully that's something that looks worthwhile to you. We're going to be sticking around to answer questions, but I want to turn things over to Kyle to talk about how to get started in the Mental Health Academy. And also Tommy Williams.
So we just want to introduce ourselves as the point of contact for you all moving forward. My name is Kyle Kelly,
I'm Thomas Williams.
and I'm a faculty member in the psychology department here at Red Rocks. First of all, I want to thank you all for coming today. Raise your hand if you feel me. You know there's a mental health crisis going on in our communities, right? We need you. We need the next generation of practitioners. And the beautiful thing is, if you're in the field of clinical psychology, criminology, forensic psychology, you get it. Just first of all, there's never a boring day.
Never.
Never, ever. Second of all, you get a chance to make a difference every single day. You can't say that with every career path you take. So we're your points of contact. We want to make sure you know who we are. You can reach out to us at any point in time. So I'm your point of contact for the clinical mental health side.
And I'll be your point of contact for anything that deals with the criminal justice side, whether it's criminology, law enforcement, or criminal justice.
So the next steps, make sure that we got your information, so we'll be sending out reminders and invitations to each semester, an orientation session, making sure you're keeping up with your GPA, at least 2.3 grade point average. And then, like Chris said, you'll be also invited, even while you're still going to school here, to Chicago School events, presentations, internships, information, and mentorship opportunities. All right, so right now we're going to get into, who wants to get into these prize drawings? We don't want any prize drawings? Thought you all wanted some prizes today. So we're going to do the first drawing. This is for the $500, we have to say a special thank you to leadership, $500 tuition voucher.
So we're going to do by number.
Yep.
And I'll just randomly pick a number.
And the number is associated with one of your name registrations.